Welcome and greetings, my friend, to video number 3 in my 24 video series throughout the month of December with 2 tips on each video to help you build more muscle and strength with calisthenics training. Today's tips are: the first one is going to once again help you have better engagement and work in your muscles with less stress in your joints. And the second tip is all about lifestyle factors that are going to have the biggest impact and positive ripple effects in every workout you ever do. So tip number 1 is more about not so much range of motion, because there's a lot of that debate out there about range of motion when it comes to hypertrophy. Some say shorter range is just as good. Some people say bigger range is better. Personally, for me, I love using a bigger range of motion just because we can get some of that more mobility training, and anything that makes an exercise harder is better in my experience and opinion. But instead of range of motion, what I want to call your attention to is range of tension. Because a lot of times when we're doing an exercise like these bicep curls, we may have a lot of tension in the muscle and we're like, yeah, good, really working the muscle. But then as we get to the other point in the range of motion, we kind of let it go, or we have a dramatic decrease in the amount of tension in the muscle. And this is usually not so much due to the exercise, but user error, because always remember that exercises don't work muscles. These straps don't directly tell my biceps to contract. That's what your nervous system does. So by having a better range of tension where I'm contracting my biceps and proactively rather than passively keeping my biceps engaged, I'm ensuring that there's less stress in the joints and I'm more thoroughly working the muscles in a more stable and comfortable way, which is, yes, going to be harder, and yes, your reps and your weight may need to drop, but it's going to make it a lot easier to work the muscle a lot harder. So proactively engage the muscles and try to keep them engaged throughout your range of motion. And it doesn't need to be like super tight and it just some tension. Just don't let it passively drop off. Will give you more out of every rep, set, and workout that you do. And the second tip today is kind of a little bit more of a perspective to focus on what habits and lifestyle behaviors are more important for your progress, especially in your workouts. Specifically, we're usually talking about diet and sleep. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff out there about diet and supplements and everything like that, and this is largely driven not because diet is so important, but just marketing. There's a lot more products and things to buy when it comes to diet, so that's why we hear about it much more. But when it comes to what's most important for helping you recover and get the results you want, sleep is far more important than diet. Unless your diet is really bad, chances are you're probably somewhat covered diet-wise. As long as you're getting enough food and you're getting some decent amount of protein and it's not all complete junk food, you're not living on Snickers bars or something, chances are most people's diets are okay. Okay? Maybe not stellar, not the best of stuff, but you're probably all right there. But sleep is by far the thing that I find holds most people back. When your sleep schedule is all over the place, you're constantly waking up, you're during the night, you're not getting regular, consistent sleep, you're always kind of feeling a little groggy, and you're one of these people like, I can get by on like 3 hours of sleep. No, don't do the whole macho thing. More sleep is going to be better up to like 8-9 hours or so. If you're not getting enough sleep, you could have the best diet in the world, you're still gonna get crap results. You could have the best workout in the world. Sleep will always hold you back if it's not good enough. But if your sleep is great, your workout could be your diet could be you'll still get somewhere with it. So that's why I want to call your attention to put more emphasis on making sure your sleep is dialed in, because that is going to make by far the biggest impact and the biggest influence when it comes to lifestyle. Then secondary is diet. And for that, we want to make sure you're eating plenty of food. Okay, so don't restrict yourself too much. One of the biggest reasons why people have trouble building muscle is they get too much into dietary approaches. And I haven't followed any of that stuff for years. One of the biggest reasons why people often inhibit themselves is they're like doing the fasting, keto, all these sorts of things. It's like, yeah, that's great if you want to lose weight. But if you want to give yourself the best chance at building yourself up, don't have any restrictions whatsoever in your diet if you don't have to have them for personal or religious reasons or medical reasons and stuff. So having a good diet where you're getting plenty of good food, eat whatever style you want, and getting protein at each meal can be very key, because a lot of times people get caught up in how much protein and how much should I eat. Typically, if you're getting 3, maybe 4 meals a day, and you're getting a decent protein source at each meal, you're probably mostly covered. And then if you want to think, okay, maybe I should be eating more, then you can add it from there. But just with sleep, consistency is key. Remember, your results don't come from big extreme things that you do once in a while. It's always due to the average of your habits over long periods of time, months, weeks, even years. So getting regular meals, plenty of good whole nutritious foods, good protein source at each one. If you've got that, you're probably mostly there, if not already there. And then you just kind of supplement if necessary to get that last little 5%. Make sure to catch up in the other 2 videos. This is the first one from day 1. These are 3 things that everybody should understand about building muscle with calisthenics training. And here we have 2 practical applications that will improve most every exercise you do in your upper body training to put less stress in the joints, more work on the muscles as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Be fit and live free.